Want to look into the future of your current relationship? Maybe even change its future? Your text message history can be like a crystal ball. Kind of. Here's what they discovered. When they did a study of young couples and their IM conversations, the slightest difference of word choices actually correlated to big differences in relationship happiness and success. In relationships where women used the word I a lot as opposed to you or we, both the women and the men were happier and those relationships lasted longer. Which seems like the opposite of what should be true, like those women would be more selfish, but maybe it has more to do with keeping a sense of self. And when it came to the messages the guys were sending, the more they used positive sarcasm, which is when you say like, oh goody, or gee thanks, or something positive but it's actually sarcastic, the more they did that, the less happy they were in the relationship, and the less likely the relationship was to last. The researchers who did this study weren't sure whether the people who were in happier relationships tended to use those different words, or if it was the other way around, and the choice of words actually affected the relationship. Kind of a really ambiguous and depressing crystal ball. So that was kind of a disappointing research article. What if your boyfriend is always sarcastic and you never use the word I in text messages? It doesn't have to mean that you should just give it up now and vow to never have children so that you don't pass on your miserable genes to future generations. Maybe you just need to work on your communication skills. I'm going to counter that stupid research with a skill that we can use. Okay, so one of the best ways to improve communication in your relationship is to stop assuming things. The next time somebody hurts your feelings or makes you angry, before you confront them about it and it becomes a big argument that you don't want, try this thing called perception checking. Step 1. Try to describe to yourself objectively what the behavior was that hurt your feelings or made you mad. You may have to do it over and over until it becomes actually objective. To be objective, it has to be totally emotionless, like a robot is explaining what happened. So it can't be like, Bob was being really snotty, or Bob was punishing me with the quiet treatment. The robot objective version might be like, Bob wasn't talking to me as much as he usually does. Step 2 is to think of at least 2 possible explanations for the behavior. This will be hard because you probably already think you know what the explanation is. Bob's being quiet because he's mad at me. But you have to think of at least 2. Maybe Bob is being quiet because he has a sore throat. Maybe Bob's being quiet because he's nervous because he's about to propose to you. Then you'd feel really stupid. And step 3, after you've got your objective description of the behavior and you've thought of at least 2 viable reasons why they may have behaved that way, step 3, hence the name perception checking, is you check with that person on your perceptions to see if they're right, using the ideas that you came up with in steps 1 and 2. So you'd be like, Bob, I noticed you didn't talk to me as much as usual tonight. Is it because you're mad at me? Now it's Bob's job to be honest. And the thing is, you have to be open to the idea that he'll say no, he's not mad at you. And that's why you think of other reasons why he might have possibly been quiet before you ask him, so that you've stretched your brain into the realm of maybe he's not mad at you. So now it's Bob's job to be honest and your job to be open-minded, and you go from there. And that's perception checking. I'm Brigitte Dale, and I'll see you Friday.